In 1993, Saban Entertainment released the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, changing the lives of kids all around the world. And in 2023, Netflix and Hasbro decided to take advantage of the nostalgia of those grown-ass kids and release the 30th anniversary Power Ranger movie on Netflix and the 30th anniversary Power Ranger Lightning Collection remastered editions. They're releasing all the Power Rangers, starting with the Blue Ranger, which we'll be looking over today. How different are these remastered figures than the original figures released? What retoolings do they do? Are they better? Are they worse? And most of all, how do they look with my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Power Ranger figures? We'll be answering all those questions and more on today's episode of
Open Fish.
Now here we have the box for the Blue Ranger, Billy Cranston. Front of the packaging, some nice artwork right here. You get that 30th anniversary. Nice image of the figure with a little bit of the extras there. Side, you get some pretty cool artwork here. Once again, that 30th anniversary. Some nice CGI images of all the Power Rangers on the side there. Other side of the box, you get an image of the Blue Ranger holding Power Ranger Morpher. Back of the box, that same image we just saw on the side. And also a nice little overview of everything we get inside the box. This is awesome. It also tells you how tall the figure is. That way I don't have to measure it and post it on here. 6.1 inches or 15 centimeters. To be honest, I'm a little excited to open this. I didn't collect a lot of the Power Ranger figures as a kid, but I did watch the Power Rangers every single day after school. A lot of good memories with it. I'm excited to see how this figure looks, but you know the drill. Say those magic words.
Open Fish.
All right, Blue Ranger out of the packaging. These figures do come with their helmet off, just their original heads on there. We do have this Billy Cranston head, Blue Ranger helmet here on the side. It does bear a good likeness to what the helmet actually looked like in the TV show. Silver there for the horns. I mean, they're all horns, right? I don't know. And do get a little bit of white lining. Mouth area here looks pretty good. The only thing that you do see is just something you get with cheaper plastic figures. You do see the line right there, a little breakage of where they printed it out, but that's fine. You get your bow staff side here. As you look closer, there is a little bit of like blemishes on here where the paint kind of runs over just a little bit, but if you're just posing these figures on your shelf, there's nothing major. Now, to be honest, this doesn't look like a premium figure, and they're really, for the price, they're not really super premium. They're a little bit more expensive, I believe, than what the original release was. Maybe you're paying that a little bit extra because you are getting these effects, cool little lightning effects that are on here. Cool just for posing. Like, I never really saw anything on the TV show that was like this. You do get these glasses. You get two pairs of hands, fists. You get a closed fist here, more of an open fist for holding something. Perhaps it's for holding the Morpher, I'm not too sure. And then you get this open palm right there. Nice little detail on these gloves. I like the line work, you know, could have just made plain hands, but I do like that they made it a suit. Moving on to the sides that aren't in bow form, we do have these little pegs right here that I'm assuming once you have all of the Power Ranger figures together, just like in the TV show, they combine to make that Power Blaster. Can't wait to get all this together and make that happen. Don't know what this gun is called. I would call it just a Power Blaster myself. I think this would be the Power Blaster, but I could be right or wrong. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. I can Google it, but right now we're playing with toys. I'd rather learn from you guys and have some communication. So let me know in the comments, what is this thing called? Is that big gun called the Power Blaster? Am I right about that? Am I wrong about that? I'm just gonna call it Power Gun for right now. So we do have this Power Gun, 3 different versions of it. So I guess it folds up because this is the top of it. So it looks like that handle folds up. To have a blade that's with inside of it. I don't recall this ever being used, but that's pretty cool. If you guys like to do any type of animation or photography with your figures, it'd be cool to have those 3 renditions to have kind of that stop motion animation effect on there. Now, I gotta tell you, I don't own any of those original Power Ranger Lightning figures, and it was mainly because, well, I wasn't really that much into the Power Rangers, but also they look kind of funky and wonky. So I've seen that original Billy Cranston head, and this does look like a retooled, remastered head, and I think it looks a lot better even with the glasses on. So on the side of Billy's head, there's these little like slots right there, these little grooves for the glasses to fit into, which does take a little work to get these in there. I stick with my original comment. It is pretty awesome, and it doesn't really fall off. The glasses stay on. They got these little grooves. It stays hidden with or without the glasses on, because usually you get figures and maybe they have like some pegs. I don't really need a figure with like a hole in the side, and it leaves you no choice to take off the glasses, leave on the glasses. Man, that's nice little kudos to Hasbro. I mean, he does have this like 90s hair that allows it for that groove in there, so that's pretty dope. I do like that. That's how I remember Billy, just a big old nerd. with glasses. It's the glasses nerd because I was a glasses nerd. And if you were a kid in the 90s like I was during recess, a lot of us were out there playing Power Rangers and we would pick which Power Ranger we wanted to be. Usually at the beginning it was a Red Ranger, then once a Green Ranger came out, it was Green Ranger, White Ranger. We all loved Tommy Oliver. But in reality, my personality who I was really the closest to was probably Billy. I was a nerd with glasses. That's not who I wanted to be though when we were playing around. But you know, Billy came in to save the day a lot, so he made that flying car, whatever that car is called. That is what that is. Get a nice T-form so you can get the arms that far back. I'm not really a huge fan of like that white showing, the way that looks. That's a lot. What is that, 90 degrees right there? The elbow itself, I mean, if we're looking at aesthetics, I'm used to like NECA figures and how well they look. This is fine for a Hasbro. You got the wrist right here. Yeah, nothing really. It's just, you just get this up and down movement with the wrist right there. Not a whole lot of nothing. Not a whole lot of nothing. Nothing for nada. Like I said, I don't be playing with the wrist all that much, son. Like, what are we doing? I don't know. I mean, I think it'll work for the poses that you really need. And if you haven't seen my posing segment, look for it in my shorts. That's where I'll have all my posing segments for all my videos. All right, you do get some knee action here. That's pretty good. Some pretty good knee action. Now it goes back up pretty far, which is cool. But once again, just these joints don't look all that great. That knee isn't really all that desirable, but that knee isn't all that pretty, but it works. Nice little detail on this belt. The line work is kind of shoddy right there. Bleeds over a little bit, but from a distance, like I said, once it's on your shelf, you can't tell. You get a nice little swivel here on the chest. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, it looks like Billy does yoga, son. That's some good articulation, if you ask me. You got 360. Okay, side to side. Works pretty well. Ab crunch is decent. Nothing too crazy. I don't know what this joint is called. I'm not really a big fan of it. I don't know. That's not really how the body, like, I wish I could just turn my top around. Like, I can't just turn the top of myself around. I could. Upper thigh swivel, which is weird. Once again, why? It's gonna look weird. You're gonna have this separation in the thigh there. Like, come on, guys. It's Hasbro, bro. Hasbro, it's fine. It's fine. The joints aren't that loose, which is awesome. Like, they're pretty tight joints. You get some nice movement there for the heel. Up and down, side to side. Get a lot of play there. Let's take a look at this thing aesthetically, all right? Let's look at this suit. Pretty nice. I like the white diamonds on here. If you take a close look at it, it actually has a little bit of like these wrinkles here. You know, up close, it looks like it's actual material. There we have the figure with the helmet on. Just to get like this much, you got to really maneuver it. And you get that much. I mean, I guess he can look up at his Zord, or if Rita grows one of her monsters big, like, yeah, there's Monster, but that's about it. All right, and here we go. Here's what I was waiting to see. How does this guy look next to Blue Ranger Leonardo? And I gotta tell you, it looks pretty good. This is what I wanted these figures for. Can't wait to see what it looks like when we have all of these figures together posed next to these figures. Can't wait to have a segment out there. Keep an eye out in my shorts for those. If you're getting this figure just to get a Power Ranger figure, it's not a bad Power Ranger figure. Don't expect it to be a Mezco or NECA quality. When you buy Hasbro, you got to get it for what it is. Now, as far as like a toy, a figure, a little nostalgia, it does the trick. It's a lot better than what we grew up with in the 90s. A lot more articulation, a lot better quality. And like I said, for me, what I want to do is just get these two figures side by side along with all the other Rangers. And as they release them, one day I'm going to have that. They're releasing these figures kind of slowly. I believe the first wave was this Blue Ranger alongside with this Yellow Ranger. If you want to watch my review of this Yellow Ranger, click right here. And as of today, the Black Ranger has been released. This guy right here. If you want to watch my review of his, click right here.